Okay, hello, good morning. At our faculty, you have like two different fields of studies. So you can study interior design and stage design, but as well as stage design, you can also choose some studios from Department of Fashion Design. And from the second year of bachelor studies, you can also choose different studios from all faculties which we have at our university. We have two like types of studies, so as well bachelor and also master degree studies. So I will now switch off the video and I will show you my screen, share my screen and show a short presentation about our faculty. Okay. As I said at the beginning, at our Faculty of Interior and Stage Design, we have like actually three departments. So it's Interior Design Department, Stage Design Department, and Fashion Design Department. At the Department of Interior Design, we have nine studios which you can choose, which are open to foreign students. And I can divide them into like three parts, actually, into three groups. So the first group is more into interiors, as well public as and also individual, like personal interiors, and then exhibition design. And in the end, we have also like two studios. One is more into ecological design, and the other is in public space design, so like outdoor spaces. So students from our department, they also take part into different workshops about materials and techniques used in interior design, but as well workshops with different companies, which are like working into interior design and all the stuff which is used into interiors. And then we have also many planners, like outdoor workshops for students in Poland, also abroad. And we have also student group, like scientific student group called Insider, where students have like many meetings in the field of interior design. And about, so I will show you now the studios, and also you will see some works from students last year final exhibition. You can also check on our website this link to this final year exhibition, and then you will see all these works and much more from different studios from our faculty. And I think it is also interesting, that's what Piotr said, but if you will prepare your portfolio, then it's good to take a look what the students from the first year from the bachelor studies are doing at the university, and then it will be also maybe some kind of base for you to prepare your portfolios. Okay, so the first studio at the interior design department is Initial Design Studio, and we have also the studios at the Department of Stage Design and Fashion Design. It is actually for the first year students at the bachelor degree. It is something like that you will have like many basic informations about design. And but it's also open for the students from different years, because you can see that but as well they are working with different like design from real beginning. It means how to start, how to start from a really simple geometry and then work in 3D. So here you can see some works like starting from the design, from the sketches, like you can see in this drawing in the middle, and then how from sketch students receive the 3D forms. Then we have this first group of the studios about interiors. So here you will see also, maybe I will show just the visualization, because at our department, our faculty, we work like we have meetings in bigger groups with students, and then students show us their drawings, their projects, and we're talking about it. Then, like after the first sketches, they present next drawings, and they are working into this project. And then finally, the final presentation is to present this kind of boards, like you will see here, for example. Then they can present the pictures of the models, but as well they can also make the renders and a 3D software. Then, of course, technical drawings, and sometimes it is also a portfolio for each project. Yeah, so here you can see the first interior design studio. Here we have the next one. They're a little bit different between all the studios, mostly in the topics, yeah? So it depends from the teachers, from the lecturers about the topics which they give to the students, but actually the way of work is a little bit the same. Here's a good also example that you can see how the students start from the drawing, from simple geometry, just squares, yeah, and then how they are going into 3D design. And here again, very often it starts from a really simple paper or cardboard models, and then it goes into more interior design. What is good into like 3D software works is that students can work also with light and with different materials, so they can see how it actually works in the interior design. And then we have another group, so as I told you already, exhibition design. And here we have, you can see like different types of exhibitions. So it can be like for fair, but it can be also like different presentations of some companies. Yeah, but also some kind of exhibitions of different authors, for example, like here, or different type of art. So it is really like an exhibition in a wild field of different types of exhibitions. But an exhibition is also some kind of installation form, so you can see it here, for example. That's not only the interior design, but also the whole form, actually, which is open to the audience. And then we have this third group. So here's the ecological design studio and the outdoor design. So in the ecological design studio, the most important is, of course, using ecological solutions, but as well materials, how we can actually use them, how they work, how we can work with them in interior design, but as well outdoor design, as you can see it here. So it's a lot of wood, but also working with sunlight. And here we have the final studio is a public space design studio. And you can see here all the projects concerning everything what is actually around us. So the building, but as well the bench, like here, place to play, but also the place for the outdoor exhibitions. And then we have the department of stage design. Here you can choose 3 different studios. So we have like stage design studio, architecture of the show studio, and theatrical phenomena studio. So they are also a little bit different. So, but I will start from different projects and festivals. So our students are taking part in like huge exhibition, like stage design exhibition, like for example, World Stage Design, Prague Quadriennale, but as well in Poland here. So we have the FAMA Festival, We have also a festival in Lublin, which is also about costume and stage design. Then we have the Malta Festival. It's a big theatrical festival here in Poznan. We have also many workshops here at in the university, but also in Poland, but also the hybrid workshops, like for example with Escola Superior de Arte Dramática from Spain. So we were working with our students at the university, their students the same, and then we had also this online contact to talk about the projects, and we presented also our projects together, the final version of it. And about the studio, so we have a stage design studio, which is actually open to different types of stages. So we are working as well in the theatrical stage, but also more into installation, but also in the spaces like, for example, old factories or somewhere in the park. So it is really wild taken stage design. And what about the base? So we start also from the dramatic text, like really for the stage design, but also we have just like a topic. We have just quotation, for example, or one sentence, or cultural, for example, problems which are important at the moment now. And what is also important for us here in the studio is work with the light. So how actually the really simple objects, even geometrical forms, can work in shadow, but as well in light, what kind of light we can use. We have a model where you can, or like students can put their own little objects to light them and to try how it is working. Like, for example, here you can see on this board. Then another studio is Architecture of the Show studio. And here the base, like students start really from the drawings, from really geometrical, simple drawings, and they work on it. And then the final version is this kind of stage design, which you can see here. Here you can see like types of stage design, like the catwalk, for example, or also some kind of exhibitions about the theatrical authors. And then the last one, the last studio is the Theatrical Phenomena Studio. And here you're working with really huge forms of stage design. So that means that the outdoor stages, the outdoor events, and also forms which are like made of metal, for example, of wood, and for all the type of parades in the cities and all that stuff. And actually, in all the studios, you can also work not only at the university in the small models or 3D software, but as well you can work like we have like different contacts with different companies and different institutions. And you can also work a lot really with the artists in the theaters or working with this kind of festivals or outdoor events, like for example here. In the studio, students also work with the puppets, like they're creating different type of puppets, because it's not just like one kind of objects, but it is really widely understood here. So you can choose your own materials, your own scale of it. You can see, for example, here where this faces and the silhouette is really, really small there. So it can be like a huge installation. So the last department is the Department of Fashion Design. As I said at the beginning, it's not actually, you can't choose only fashion design as a field of study, but you can choose studios from here when you are choosing interior or stage design. So here you have also like 3 different studios. The first one, Unique Fashion Design Studio, is really when you start from the really design the fabric, and then from this fabric you present your fashion design, your clothes. Actually, the clothing design studio is more for the catwalk, more something more what we can use actually like wearing every day. And then the theatrical costume design costume studio is it is like the base for it is the text, the opera, theater text, and all that stuff. So here you can start with the fashion design studio. So it is important the color, the factory structure of the fabric, of the material which students are using. And starting creating the material, the fabrics, they have to think what they actually want to do in the end, like in a final project. So you can see that is here, for example, the project is like showing more the silhouette, human silhouette, but here it's just like changing the shape of the silhouette. So it's also important at the beginning when you start to think about your design. Then clothing design studio, this is what I said at the beginning, so it's more like a catwalks and something what we can really wear on the streets. Here we have the code with different functions actually. And the last one is the theatrical costume studio. And here you will see more the characters like from different performances, for example. But here you can see also the dance, like costume for a dancer, because we are working also with ballet school in Poznan. Here's a costume, which is also widely understood, so you can see that it's not only this what we have on a silhouette on the human body, but also things like objects which are used by the actors. Here with also with the movement, because that was also for the dancer. And here also you can see like changing a little bit the silhouette, so changing proportions, how we look at this character, and also a lot of work with the light, with different fabrics, which give us this transparency to work with the light, but also which just on which we can just put the light in it, like projections, for example. Okay, and in the end, again, like how we present the final design. So it should be the real model of visualization. Then we have design boards. So this is what you actually also saw at the beginning, and sometimes also a portfolio for each project.